welcome back to the Potato Shed. We're excited to welcome you to our 2022 season launch. Please note, tonight's event is COVID friendly.
Coming. Where's that really sauce?
That's what we want. We don't want no scaredy cats.
That we
Bring them in. Bring them in.
Lynn! Because they used to come to everything. Yes. I should remind them they still get free tickets.
Reflections in the mirror. I'm going where I'm going, and together we'll be going again. I said I'm going where I'm going, and together we'll be going again. We're going down, we're going up, down, down, up any way you want to roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got me to what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. You got me to what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. You got me to what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Oh, you're too kind. You're just walking in. Don't take any notice of us. Welcome. What a night already. Thank you for being here, folks. You want another one?
Let's have another one.
All right. As people just come in and find their seats and get comfortable, and here we go. I'm David, and this is Nick, by the way, and we're performing here later in the year, so we just thought we'd provide a little bit of
You thought we'd get in
noise
early.
in the background, I guess. Well, I got a feeling I've been watched like a bird. It only comes from what I've seen and what I heard. Wasting time, I'm looking twice when once it's usually enough. Usually enough. I hear a whisper, it's from China to me. The link was damaged by a ravenous sea. By the time it touched the land, it was left to me. By the time it touched the land, it was left to me. Straight to the point and sober up. The only way to carry on. Leaving the rat race for a tree change far away. The sound depends on which way the trees will sway. And when they sway the right way, you can't hear the sea. And when they sway the right way, you're gonna hear the sea. Straight to the point and sober up. The only way to carry on. Straight to the point and sober up. Yeah. The only way to carry on. The only way to carry on. And when they sway the right way, you can hear the sea. Straight to the point and sober up. The only way to carry on. Straight to the point and sober up. Yeah. The only way to carry on. The only way to carry on. The only way to carry on. You're very kind. How's everyone doing tonight, all right? For a school night? Aren't we cheeky, out and about? Well, we've come up from Melbourne, me from Melbourne and Nick from Gisborne, and we couldn't think of a better place to be right now. Without a potato or a shed in sight, we're in this wonderful little theatre.
Potatoes are nice at the moment.
They are gin. To
Expensive,
celebrate the launch of, let's hope, a season that we can actually get through and shows happen, which is what's happening. We've got to be positive. That's what's going to, we're doing it, 2022. It's up to you. That's the slogan, Nick, for tonight.
Good on you.
Just
Dave,
pen that.
Did
put
you just
that
make
down.
that up?
Would you like another one, right?
What do we think, everybody? Should we have
Get it
another
going.
one? Just one more.
We'll do one more.
In case we have a couple of wanderers. Couple of empty tables down there.
We've got the expensive seats to go at the front here. They're still
Yeah, nice.
They're the wanderers.
late as per usual.
They're the wanderers. They wander around.
We strive to be better and to deliver. Shame is to the contrast. We all laugh inside. Too nice to say anything. I hold you to that awful grin. Light shit in the room again. We all laugh inside. Press your face against the glass till your skin is white. I never said you'd be a superstar overnight. A helpless devotee. Who could ever foresee the coming of yesterday to bite us again? Exciting for everyone. Look at what we have done. From beggar to chooser, so happy at last. Press your face against the glass till your skin is white. I never said you'd be a superstar overnight. And put your makeup on in the car in morning light. Try to be better and to deliver. Shame is to the contrast. We all laugh inside. Too nice to say anything. I hold you to that awful grin. Light shed in the room again. We all laugh inside. Press your face against the glass till your skin is white. I never said you'd be a superstar overnight. Put your makeup on in the car in morning light. Never said you'd be a superstar overnight. I never said you'd be a superstar overnight. I never said you'd be a superstar overnight. I never said yeah.
I'm on. Wasn't sure then. Good evening, everyone. Another round of applause for our house band, David. My name is Martin Payton, and I have the great pleasure of being the manager of arts and culture at the City of Greater Geelong. And on behalf of the City of Greater Geelong, I would like to start by acknowledging the Wadawurrung people as the traditional owners of the lands, waterways and skies. We pay our respects to elders past and present, and we acknowledge all all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are part of our Greater Geelong community, and thank them for sharing their culture and country with us all. I've got a few acknowledgements, so if you could just bear with me, people who are a really important part of this wonderful institution. I'd like to acknowledge some special guests, beyond all of you of course. Deputy Mayor Councillor Trent Sullivan, who is Chair of the Potato Shed Committee of Management and also Chair of the Council's Creative Communities and Culture Portfolio. Councillor Jim Mason, Deputy Chair, Creative Communities and Culture Portfolio, and Patrick Fisher, who is the Director of the National War Museum. The Potato Shed Committee of Management, also our partner school principals, and they are Michael Exton, St Ignatius College, Wayne Johannesson, Bellarine Secondary College, Dave Fitzgerald, Business Manager, St Ignatius College, Kerry McCluskey, who's the Business Manager of the Bellarine Secondary, and community representatives Emma Watson and Chris Reynolds. So it is my great pleasure to welcome you all, our dedicated Potato Shed audience, to the launch of the 2022 season. This launch has felt like a long time coming. Usually held on the first Wednesday of December, the team has been champing at the bit to be able to share this 2022 season with you all. For reasons, of course, as we all know, with COVID, we've had one delay after the other, so it's a really, really special moment to be able to bring this program to you all. Just a bit of housekeeping for those who have not been to the Potato Shed before for the first time. The toilets are through the foyer and onto the left-hand side, and if you could remember to turn your mobile phones to silent, that would be appreciated as well. We've had a slight change of plan with our special MCs for this evening. I will start with not really needing introduction, but certainly someone who we want to make particular acknowledgement of as the venue manager for the Potato Shed, Rob McLeod. I think give him a little. And someone who is always at these launches and a real important part of the team here, Lisa Harvey, who can't be here this evening because she has been a close contact with someone. However, we have, replacing Lisa, Desiree Jacobson, who is our marketing, is a cultural marketing and communications officer with City of Greater Geelong. Welcome, Desiree. But first, I'd like to invite to the stage a passionate supporter of the arts here at the City of Greater Geelong, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Trent Sullivan, to officially launch the 22 season. Thanks, Trent.
An excuse to take off my mask. Fantastic. Thank you, Martin. Much appreciated. It's fantastic to be here. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to this season launch. Naturally, I would also like to extend Martin's acknowledgement of the traditional owners, the land on which we meet today, and thank them for continuing their history and storytelling with us to this very day. I'd also like to acknowledge everybody here today. There's a long list. It's fantastic, all the passion in this room for Potato Shed. It certainly hasn't waned throughout the years of the pandemic where we are right now. And Lisa, you've changed a bit since I've seen you last. It's fantastic. Oh no, still here. It's fantastic, definitely. So, always a pleasure. How fantastic is it though that we can be here tonight? With everything still going on, numbers still up, but we're still here. The arts will always survive, and indeed it shall thrive, especially down here on the beautiful I particularly always look forward to. It always is an amazing experience to be here, to get the first look at the season ahead of us. It's like someone seeing your presents on the Christmas tree before you get to unwrap them the next day. You see what's going on, it's a bit of a teaser, but you just can't wait to see them in full when it's the time. The Shed has a special place amongst the hearts of all members of the Bellarine. It's a fun place, an inclusive place, it's joyous. These four walls are not just four walls, it's the activities and the people that make them great that comes within them. And that's what we are always here to celebrate each and every day. There's always something exciting. You can always expose yourself to a new performance, a new style of art, something you wouldn't normally see, and have a season ahead of us full of cabaret, dance, drama, music, circus. 2022 looks to be a fantastic agenda ahead of us. And for a venue which is now in its early 20s, a fitting taste as well of certain themes of art. So we can't wait to see that. The addition of the outdoor stage has been fantastic, with the outdoor bar naturally as well. To get people to experience, the arts live outside, especially under these pandemic conditions, has been vital to continuing live music, arts and culture, for not just the Ballerina, but for actually our entire municipality. The staff here have set an amazing bar of adaptability and how we can continue to provide for the residents, because all of you, I imagine, would agree with how quickly COVID shut down so many performances. We saw immediately how important arts and culture is to our health, our well-being, our mental health and well-being as well. Because without art, the world is a very dull and boring place. And that's why Council worked hard through the last couple of years in trying to continue the funding of these areas. During our last 7 COVID support packages, we pumped more than $1.2 million into arts and culture via a series of, all this into arts, culture and heritage as well, by a series of grants, employment opportunities, and the establishment of the Geelong COVID-19 Arts Recovery Panel. Last October as well, we passed our 10-year arts and cultural strategy, which will be instrumental in the creative industry's recovery from the effects of the last couple of years. We've got a whole heap of exciting initiatives, major events coming up, festivals, plans, collaborating with the Wadawong traditional owners and other multicultural communities. See how we can get storytelling back in out there. How can we help people tell their stories and celebrate our community as a whole? We're also, very excitedly, everyone, and Robert's on top of this, exploring the redevelopment of the future potato shed as the future precinct we want to build here. How can we expand here? Because we are bursting at the seams. And there's so much we can do, so much we can tell. Once we get, because I'm very certain it's going to happen, once we get our new and improved venue, which will be fantastic, as I said, not just for our local community, but for the municipality, for the region as a whole. And with that, it's hard to make a politician give up the spotlight when they've got a microphone. But we're all looking forward to the show ahead, and I can't wait to see it all, just like all of you. So thank you for having me. Look forward to tonight. Cheers.
Thank you, Councillor Sullivan and Martin, for the introduction. Yes, this year's just slightly different. In fact, it's been 791 days since our last launch here. And it's hard to imagine, isn't it? We thought we were going into lockdown for 6 weeks, and blow me if here we are 700 days later. So, yes, and as you can see, this is not Lisa next to me. She's certainly here in spirit, and she has certainly contributed and done a lot of work in planning for tonight, along with the staff at the potato shed. And when I walked in here today, I could not believe just how fantastic it looked and felt. And I think that's one of the things that's really special about the potato shed is you walk in the front doors and everybody says, it just feels really welcoming. And so it is so fantastic to welcome you back to the potato shed.
Everybody.
In our small little band of people, we've renamed this year the Year of Living Dangerously. And so we've programmed a lot of shows. Our booklet, which you won't be walking away with tonight because of the pandemic, the printers and the designers and everybody were short-staffed, so it'll be coming out next week. So the crew out there will be handing you little pieces of paper. If you're not on our mailing list, we'll be happy to mail you out a copy of the booklet. Now, of course, our numbers are down a little bit, but I would like to thank all of you for coming along tonight and being part of the Year of Living Dangerously. We are live streaming this to home, and for those people at home, now's the time to get out your 3D glasses so that you can feel like you're actually part of the actual event here at the Potato Shed. And for the people here, We've got rapid antigen tests. Whoa! We've got water for everybody.
everywhere.
We've got some Dettol. And we've got our Glen 20, which I'm told I'm supposed to spray the mic in between people speaking, but I'm sorry, Councillor Sullivan, I did forget to do that for you. So yes, look, lots has happened in those 791 days, and we are going to have a look at, and Dave, if we can please...
Hello, Rob and Lisa.
Oh,
It's
hang on.
Izzy Dye here. I've got some great ideas. I'm not sure what you want me to do, but I'm thinking I could come out and introduce everyone. Sounds good.
Hey, look out. As you know, there ain't no show without Izzy Dye here. So, look, Izzy, and in fact, all our artists tonight, Dave has graciously driven down the highway to join us tonight, but because of the situations, we've actually made tonight's a video presentation. So you'll be seeing most of the shows and performers via video link, etc. So, yes. Let's start, but let's have a look at, as they do with all ceremonies, let's have a look at the in memoriam, the shows that didn't make it through the pandemic.
Almost. But
And
not
some of these are
quite.
very close to me. If we could have some somber music, please. Sad.
So close.
Susan O'Neill. Susan
Long
O'Neill.
time to fly. So here we are on the other side, hoping our spirit will collide. For if all the world is in this place, it sure makes for a crowded space. Yeah, it sure makes for a crowded space. It takes a long time to fly. It takes a lifetime to say goodbye. And I hope that you won't cry, 'cause I see you in the sky. Oh yeah, I'll see you in the sky. Oh yeah, I'll see you on the other side.
Yes. Look, they were just the shows that we can't represent because they've packed their bags and left the town or left the country. Susan O'Neill was from Ireland, and Cosy was something that I was going to direct. Yep, so it was very, a bit upsetting that those shows didn't make it. But look, a lot of other shows that you'll see tonight you may have seen were listed in our 2020 and 2021 seasons. So in 2022 we will be able to present a lot of those shows. But, Desiree, welcome. I don't think I've even let you utter a word yet, have I?
Oh, I don't need to say much.
No, but we did find inspiration. Lisa and I were in a meeting with Martin one day when, yes, oh, Lisa, yes. And I said, what have we got? What can we possibly do? And Lisa said, the only activity we've got is the bird bath. That's the most activity we've got at the potato shed. And blow me down if
We didn't.
it happened. We had Bird Bath Cam. And it was a hit. Regional Arts and Creative Vic rang us and said, oh, we find your Bird Bath Cam so relaxing. And let me tell you, the bird bath is a hive of activity. There's a whole hierarchy there that happens with the magpie larks and the indigenous parrots and the magpies and then the, what do they call those bin turkey
the bin
things?
chickens.
Bin chickens come up for a bit of a look in as well. But it was just beautiful. And then...
Did you get much work done?
Oh, I did. Yeah, look, I don't think they did, really.
No.
But then Trent, our wonderful technician, said, well, why don't we look at getting some musos in? So that's exactly what we did. And we had the most amazing Friday afternoon sessions. We had the Gems, we had James and Elena Nichols, Damon Smith and Dave Cosma came down and did it. We had
Jack
Joseph
Meredith
playing his drums there, which is very relaxing, along with Jack Woodfire, Jack Meredith, and a whole stack of local entertainers, Madeline Cope.
And a lot of them, Rob, were up-and-comers, weren't they? They were students from either side of the shed, so students from St Ignatius.
They were.
Students from Bellering Secondary College, which is fantastic.
And so that gave us a
Local
whole
community.
new opportunity in there. And so then we started doing some more live streaming, and we did a couple of Queenscliff Music Festival events and Madeline Cope. And if you have a look at the slide, some amazing setups happened there. We had our new signature event, an inaugural event. Spookfest was supposed to happen in 2020. This was the replacement of Family Fun Day. And so we put that online, and that was a fantastic...
It was a huge hit.
Huge hit. Was great. We had wonderful Richard Vegas from Raconteur Productions and Tess from Bellaresque Dance.
And Chantel and Benji managed to actually show some of what they were going to present with Memoirs and Mullets. Which
Zoltar showed up, we had a couple of ghouls, we had a DJ doing things, and it was just really fantastic. So even though we suffered through this pandemic, so a little bit of light came through. And then Trent said, oh, I know somebody that's selling a tent on the cheap, and... So I had a chat to Martin and said, oh, we bought a tent. And sure enough, out the back, we put a marquee. And this marquee, of course, was fantastic. Oh, and he's done it again. Well, sorry about that. I knew I was going to do this. Look at that. Oh, goodness. Let me just flip through these slides. I'm not that technical advanced anymore. Let's just keep jumping. So anyway, we put the tent out the back and we did the summer...
The summer series.
No, before the summer series.
Ah, no, that's true. Before the summer series, we had the Blues Boot Camp reunion.
We did. And also Ivan Kemp, our wonderful photographer here,
Now, Ivan got a grant to put that one out, didn't he?
He did, indeed.
From the Arts and Culture Department.
So outdoors...
COVID recovery.
In 2021... Here it is, I'm back there. Oh, no, it's gone blank. Goodness, what's happened, Desiree? Should I just give you that?
Yes, I think that might be a good idea.
So, look, there's an aerial shot of it, but there should be other little pictures, but obviously I pushed the wrong button. So, yes, we had the blues reunion, etc. And then in 2022, we launched our summer series. We got a wonderful grant for Shipping Container Bar, which you'll see in the bottom corner down there. And we had Friday night flicks, live and local on a Saturday night with bands and etc. And then Sunday we had a couple of family-friendly days.
For kids.
With the Micmacs and Annalum and etc. And as you can see, it just looks magical out there. It really is a very special space, and
you finished with a bang, though, didn't you, with the Glitter Gang on the Saturday night, last Saturday night?
Sure did, and if you wait until the end of the tonight's presentation, we've got a wonderful video from Ivan Kemp that highlights the live and local bands. We had an all-ages event. Of course, it is weather dependent, this space out there, of course, but we did need to move a couple of events inside because of rain. But yeah, look, just an amazing space, and we'll be developing that a lot over the next 12 months. So next summer, stand by for some excitement. Now, what?
Hey everyone, is it time for me yet?
Oh, look out, it's Izzy again. No, Izzy, it's not time for you yet. Poor Izzy, he's in Queensland and I think he's a bit bored up there. So yes, let's start with the 2022 season. Who would think? And of course today is the second of the second 22, so all the twos are lined up. So let's have a look at what we've got. As I said, we don't have a booklet, but we certainly will have one. We have, kicking off the season, Moira Finnecane and the gang from Dance Hall. A lot of you may have seen Moira. She actually developed the work right here at the Potato Shed. It has toured Australia, and now they've received a grant to come back and tour Australia again with an updated version. So let's have a bit of a look. Spiritual home.
Everybody needs a little love, and everybody needs somebody thinking of them. Everybody needs a little respect, and whatever it takes, I'm gonna get it. Everybody needs a hand to hold, someone to cling to when the nights are getting cold. I'm no different, now you just the same, a player in the game. Absolutely everybody, everybody, everybody. Absolutely everybody in the whole wide world. Absolutely everybody, every boy and every girl. Absolutely everybody.
Yo! That certainly looks exciting. And can I just say that I believe I saw you, Sue Macon, having a bit of a boogie there. Was that correct?
People that were
Oh! So we
Coming
hope
the
to
full
see you at this
circle.
one as well. So Moira's really looking forward to coming back. And weather permitting, we're going to see if we can move it to the outdoor stage so you can dig your heels in the grass out there and go for your life. So yes, let's move on, Desiree.
We shall, Rob.
All right, one of the events that had to be postponed last year was the North Bellarine Film Festival. So they're coming back and doing 2 special days here at the Potato Shed. They'll be doing The Lobster, which is a film with Colin Farrell in it, I believe, and also some short films. And if anybody came to the short films that they presented as part of the summer series, short films are just great. They're like short snippets. And, you know, if you don't like one, there'll be a new one in a couple of minutes. So, yes. And then the Emerging Filmmaker Award that they'll be presenting for 2021, because they will be here later in the year with their official festival. And, yeah, always a good event. Always good to know what's going on film-wise. And it's fantastic to have them involved here at the Potato Shed.
Well, you never know. You might see an emerging filmmaker and then follow their career and find that they make a feature film somewhere down the track as well. So
exactly.
welcome.
I'm sure you will,
Yeah.
if it's going to happen. Here we go. Here's our first serious play production. Now, this is by Elaine Beek. Now, she wrote a play a few years ago about the convicts in Tasmania, and it was just fantastic here. This is Jack and Millie. It's about breast cancer, and it is on the VCE syllabus, so it is booking really fast. In fact, that's very booked out, but let's have a look. Here's a bit of an insight into it.
Day 1. It all started with a letter. My cancer diagnosis that created Jack and turned my life upside down. This is my journey.
Moisture freely given, thorns and thistles share. Life is mostly froth and bubble, but two things stand like stone: kindness in another's trouble, courage in your own. Westward as a stricken giant stoops his bloody crest.
Fantastic. That looks like a great production early March.
And it'd be great just to get back and see live theatre.
Certainly shall. Desiree.
However, we do have coming up, needs no introduction really.
This was part of the 2020 season, which, of course, they were from Queensland and couldn't make it through the borders. So we're happy to welcome them back.
Bust on through.
They are. They're looking forward to coming along. 2 shows on Sunday, March 20th.
Hello, I'm Julie McGregor.
And I'm Christopher Truswell.
We're very excited to be visiting your beautiful theatre soon with Jolly Entertainment's tour of that fabulous stage production, Mother and Son.
And I'll be playing Arthur, the long-suffering but kind and loving son of Maggie.
And I'll be playing, Maggie. That's right, Maggie.
Yes, Maggie. And Arthur back together again with Liz and Robert.
Robert, is Robert here?
No, Mum.
Oh, you said Robert was going to be here.
Never mind. See you soon.
Oh, yes, we'll be in touch. Hooroo.
Beautiful. That really is something that you're not going to want to miss. That'll be great if you remember them from all those years ago from Hey Dad, if you remember. She was the secretary and he was one of the sons. And
He was.
yes, but brilliant. We're very excited. Now, on to some local entertainment. This was another postponed show. And we've put this in the season just to support the local ballerine jongleurs who've been going for over 32 years, and they've been the longest residents here at the Potato Shed, and they'll be doing Into the Woods Junior with all their students, and they've been rehearsing it now, of course, for about 18 months, so it should be pretty good. I would think so. Yes, they've certainly worked hard on it. So mixing it up a bit, Desiree, what's next?
We have In Excessive.
Woo!
If you're a fan of In Excess, this is a show you do not want to miss. It is extraordinary. I have seen it a couple of times. I am not a big fan, I have to say, of In Excess, but I'm a huge fan of this show because they bring the energy of In Excess to the stage every single time. It's like they're playing Madison Square Garden anywhere they play, so you will be absolutely assured of a huge show this night.
Why don't we have a look and see how good they can be, Desiree? There you go, look at that.
Did they not? I mean, if it's good enough for Kurt Pengelly, I reckon it's good enough for us here at the Shed.
In fact, Kurt Pengelly invited them to play at his birthday party in Sydney, so that's got to be pretty good.
That's a tick.
Yeah. And I believe they'll be part of a new, very exciting festival that will be launched in a couple of
Yes, they're secret
days,
squirrel
maybe
visit.
secret squirrel. Okay, no
Boy,
word
secret
from me.
squirrel business on that one.
All right, and then of course we will welcome back to the
Yay.
shed. And you may have seen this gentleman over there, perhaps.
All right.
But and everybody knows Damon Smith and the gang. We had Sun Rising here a number of years ago, and everybody said you've got to get them back. So it took a while, but they're back. Let's see what they can do. Have a look and a listen.
Train arrived, 16 coaches long. Train arrived, 16 coaches long. With that long black train, she's got my baby and gone. She's got my baby and gone. Train, train, she's coming round and round the bend. Train, train, she's coming round and round the bend. Well, she took my baby, no, she never will again.
Good music coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's been a lot of support for music through funding and that, and so we're quite happy to jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah, hardest hit
And ask
industry
them
at the moment, isn't
to
it?
come along. Another show that we had scheduled in 2020 was from Melbourne Theatre Company, which of course was Slap Bang Kiss. And
On the VCE list, is it not?
sorry, it is on the
Yeah.
VCE list. And look, it's a story. We did have a video, but it doesn't look like the video's loaded onto this. So yes, look, it's a wonderful story of three particular stories. One, a slap of a 16-year-old soldier that goes viral. Bang is a speech about global warming, etc., and the shooting victims. And Kiss is in the Wangaratta Woolies, a kiss between two boys, which shocked the people of Wangaratta. Melbourne Theatre Company are a great supporter of the Potato Shed, and they try and come down and bring a show every single year, so it's good to have them back because we've missed them in the past 2020 and 21, so
And
we
good-
hope that you'll come along and see that.
Yeah, and good to support Australian playwrights as well.
It is emerging playwrights and two shows, and look, the 1 p.m. show, I'm happy to say, is nearly booked out, so which is great, with students coming from Warrnambool, Maryborough and Bendigo,
All points of the state.
Wyndham, yes, Colac. We're all coming down to see the show. So 7 p.m, it is a Wednesday night, but well worth a midweek visit. So
Just goes to
yes.
show you how important the shed really is, isn't it?
It's good. It's
Well,
nice to
people are
have a
coming
bit
so
of
far
Melbourne Theatre
afield.
Company here, I must
Yeah.
say. Look, it makes me feel good. I hope it makes you all feel good too.
Speaking of Australian playwrights, or
Well-
emerging Australian playwrights,
Here we go, a world premiere.
ah,
We have Rick Springfield, Late at Night. This is a new play written by Kieran Carroll, who has special permission from Rick Springfield. It's based on his autobiography, and it's his epic journey through Australia. I'm sure many who remembers Rick Springfield. Jesse's Girl and all those things, and then a bit of General Hospital. He
But wasn't
went
even
to
before
LA.
that, he was in the Zoot.
He was. He
And
was
I'm
in the
showing
Zoot,
my
yes.
age, yeah.
In fact, look, they're actually doing a tour in November this year, playing at the Palais in St Kilda, I did notice. So, yes, look, that'll be an interesting one. And the young guy that is playing Rick Springfield, oops, sorry about that, is just absolutely fantastic. He's a Sydney fella, and
Coming all the way down.
it'll be great.
Right.
That'll be a wonderful night, and it is a world premiere, that one. It's not ever been seen. It's doing a small regional tour of Victoria and then some Sydney dates. So, yes, that's on May the 7th at 8 p.m, so make sure you book in for that one too. All right, here's something unusual. Let's have a look at this. Jude Pearl. You may have...
And I
Whoa,
were
look out.
in the
We'll
same
talk about
English
that.
class in 2006, and you would draw pictures of girls' asses. And that's when I knew that you liked girls' asses. You sat there in your plain white t-shirt between Tim and Susan, and I could see your nipples through your t-shirt. I'm only human. How can I resist you? Hamish, oh Hamish McMahon, the way that you'd sit in that chair. Hamish, your pants were low, I could see your turquoise underwear. Hamish, I'm falling for you and your vain attempts at facial hair. Hamish, oh Hamish McMahon, I liked you because you were there.
There you go, Jude. Jude is a wonderful comedian and performer, and this was actually a show that we saw at Showcase last year, and Lisa said, "Oh, we've got to get that. Look, it deals with bullying and the school system, but in a light-hearted way, and a very fun sort of show to and she's just immensely talented.
Yeah,
she was one of the
hugely talented.
stars of the 2021 Comedy Gala for the Melbourne Comedy Festival. So.
Yeah, it's a big deal to snatch yourself a spot on that gala. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Now, the next one, we will have a special speaker about this. This is not a performance as such. This is an installation and an exhibition. And I'd like to welcome up to the microphone, which has been Glen 20'd for you, Kate Simpson from the Ballerine Land Care Group.
Thanks, Rob. The Ballerine Landcare Group respectfully acknowledges the importance of traditional owners who've been caring for Wadawurrung country for millennia. We will continue to engage with them and learn from the wisdom of our First Peoples. This exhibition results from a unique collaboration between Wadawurrung traditional owner Karina Eccles, art director and photographer Fern Millen, and sound artist and field recordist Vicky Hallett. And now I'll read Fern's words to describe what you'll see. So, Journey on Wadawurrung Country is a multidisciplinary art installation designed with the community in mind. It explores the stories and faces of identified Wadawurrung people who've generously shared their stories to allow the wider community to learn more about our First Nations people. Through education and deep listening, we can better understand the traditional custodians of this land on which we live, work and play. We can grow together in solidarity as we learn from their knowledge of the ways to nurture this country, its waterways and the plants and animals that inhabit it. Generations to come can further their knowledge about Wadawurrung people and the place they live, thus giving them the tools to treat the land and its people with respect and understanding. A year ago, Kate Lockhart, who's just over here, the Ballerine Landcare Group president, and I were moved and impressed by Journey on Wadawurrung Country, which we experienced at the Geelong Arts Centre. We soon began a collaboration with Fern Millen and Rob McLeod, Have I pronounced it right? That's right. Venue manager at the Potato Shed, to bring the exhibition to the Bellarine Peninsula through a City of Greater Geelong Healthy and Connected Communities grant. This wonderful exhibition will take you on a journey. You will view spectacular portraits as you listen to the personal stories of Wadawurrung traditional owners and hear some of the particular sounds of this country. Through Journey on Wadawurrung Country, the Bellarine Landcare Group hopes, in the spirit of reconciliation, to respectfully raise awareness of our common goals to keep this country and its communities healthy for past, present and future generations. Calling Wada Nal, let's walk together. Nyatnye, thank you.
Yes, this is very exciting for the Potato Shed, and being in partnership with the two schools, we think that this is very important, this exhibition and installation, to engage with the local schools. And of course, you know, as many of you would be aware, with the building of the new bypass here, that over 100,000 artefacts were found from the Aboriginal First Nations people. So yes, it's a big part of our culture and our history, and we need to ensure that we respect that and acknowledge it. And speaking of that, we're very excited, Desiree,
Sorry,
to announce that we have
Kutcha Edwards.
Yes.
Extremely excited, and he has been once before, hasn't he?
He
Rob?
has.
And
About
it was
4 or 5 years ago, Kutcha came to the Potato Shed and performed for us, and he's coming back with this new work called Circling Time.
See the footprints in the sand. Mum's last memory of me was at 18 months old. I'm home. For us, it was about a meeting place, finding family, connection. We sing for love, we live for justice, we long for freedom, we dream of peace.
Fantastic. So yes, we're certainly looking forward to welcoming Kutcha back again. And then from, what do they call it, the land of the long white cloud, we will be welcoming a slightly isolated dog and their production of Jekyll and Hyde. Now, it may not be what you think it is. This was a show that was presented at GAC, the Geelong Arts Centre, last year, and the local drama teachers here went to see it and said, you must convince them to come to the Potato Shed, because it was just absolutely fantastic. And in this little snippet, you might see what they were talking about. Roll them.
It's got it all.
Whoa, yes. So that looks pretty exciting, doesn't it, I think? If you'd like some interaction and some immersive experience, I believe that will be the show for you. I'll certainly be here with bells on. Little bells, at least. Well, all right,
I think we've got a bit of cabaret coming our way next.
We do. If you remember we had the wonderful people from Raconteur, Julia and Richard, with their Paris Underground. Here they are with their new show called Club Soda. So let's have a bit of a look and see what's on offer.
That'll get you warm in the dead of winter, wouldn't it?
It will. Look, there's dance, cabaret, a bit of burlesque, some vaudeville, with magic and a twist of circus, they say. That's in June, early June this year. So I keep going to say next year because I'm so used to being in December. But no, here we are. We're already into the second month. One of our regulars, which we managed to actually put on last year because we were out of lockdown for about a month there. The winter solstice. Now they're celebrating their 15th anniversary. Now the winter solstice is a great night presented by Theatre 3222, one of the residents at the Potato Shed. It involves live music, also fires outside, mulled wine, the warmed wine, and 2 original one-act plays written by local writers, and always a great hoot and always a great night, and always very well attended. They do 3 shows of this and they always sell out, so put that in your diaries. And of course it's held over the winter solstice, or as close to as can be, which is always the shortest day, so it always gets really dark, and so it's nice to come stand around the fire. And last year was just a magical experience to be here for that. Speaking of magical and great, we're so looking forward to this. This was the one show that I was...
We were crying.
We were so excited about this show. This is Rebel by Nick Clark Management and Highwire Entertainment. It was the smash hit and won all the awards at the Adelaide Fringe Festival in 2021 because they weren't in lockdown over in Adelaide. And it is basically based on David Bowie songs. So let's have a bit of a quick look. Yes, who doesn't like a bit of David Bowie? So yes, that's something to look forward to for sure. That's the end of June, 25th of June, in fact, at 8 p.m. And that look, it had nearly sold out last year, so I'm assuming it'll sell pretty fast this year. One of the shows that was our rest in peace was Point, Line and Surface from Dance Born Arts, but they have come up with a new work, and this is 5 elements, and the elements are earth, water, fire, air and void, and they're a great group. Let's have a look. This is in rehearsal. There you go. Bit of ballet, bit of culture there for you all. and certainly will be
Hey
an
everyone,
interesting
let's
one.
talk about one of the great shows of the swing era. Let's Be Frank and Bobby Darin. It's the story of the great legends, Mr. Frank Sinatra, and of course starring Stephen Zammit, one of the greats from Young Talent Time here in Melbourne. You're going to love his show, a great singer with a great story to tell, and all the wonderful songs of Frank Sinatra. And I'll be doing my tribute to the great Bobby Darin, the man Robert Waldo Casotto, who starred back in the 1950s and 60s with some of the greatest hits like Dream Lover, Splish Splash and Multiplication. We're looking forward to seeing you Saturday, the 30th of July, for the wonderful Let's Be Frank and Bobby Darin. We'll see you there.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Izzy.
Irrepressible.
Good on you, mate. Thank you. Yes. Does anybody remember Stephen Zammit? Yeah, a couple of people, yes. From Young Talent Time, he certainly matured, and now he does an amazing Frank Sinatra show. So that's something new for 2022. So come along and enjoy a bit of Frank. Let's be Frank. Whoa!
Rolling on.
Rolling on. We're getting through it. Lost in Venice. This was another one that we talked passionately about at the 2020 launch. With Julia, and this is the story of her grandfather, Ron Vincent, who was associated with Pampas Pastry, etc. And this is his story of his last trip to Venice, called Lost in Venice.
Truth is stranger than fiction with this one, isn't it?
It is, yes, indeed. It's a very interesting story and interwoven with some dance, some music, and also some amazing, very old Super 8 films. So now here's one that we were very disappointed we had to skip.
Who hasn't got one of her cookbooks?
Who hasn't? Everybody has a Margaret Fulton cookbook. Now they're travelling back down in August from Queensland, the wonderful Jelly Entertainment, who presented Menopause the Musical, which I think we all loved Menopause the Musical, and this is one not to be missed, of course, Margaret Fulton the Musical. Let's have a bit of a look.
Once a tin of fine spaghetti was Italian as could be. Now make up a bruschetti with some wine from Tuscany. So I livened up the nation and I taught them how to cook with a little inspiration and the Margaret Fulton book. Livened up the nation, taught us how to cook with a little inspiration and the Margaret Fulton book. So I livened up the nation and I taught us how to cook.
I'll go and get some cake. Don't waste your money. Oh, I made it myself, poppy seed cake. How do you make a cake out of poppy seed? 6 eggs, a cup of sugar, half a cup of candied peel, and a teaspoon of ground allspice. Oh, and a lot of poppy seeds. No flour? No flour. You wouldn't read about it. I like you. And with your looks, you could end up in show business. There's a simple art to cookery ever since it all began. Just choose the best ingredients, be as fussy as you can. You'll find them all eventually. All you have to do is look. Attention to the little things is vital for a cook. And it's a road that's hard to tread. You'll never know what's up ahead. Sometimes you win, sometimes you fall. But do it your way or not at all. And it's a road that's hard to tread. You'll never know what's up ahead. Sometimes you win, sometimes
Well, there you go. Who would have thought Margaret Fulton would belt out tunes like that? I never would have thought.
Singing first.
Fantastic. So, yes, don't miss out on that one. That's the 21st of August, Sunday, 2 shows only. Now, hang on. Somebody we haven't heard from for a while. Desiree, who is it?
Hey again, everyone. Saturday, the 3rd of September. You're going to really enjoy a tribute to the great Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck. Just think of the hits. It's Not Unusual, She's a Lady, Delilah, the great songs of Engelbert Humperdinck, Please Release Me, and of course the wonderful Spanish Eyes and more. And presented by one of Melbourne's great entertainers, Mr. Eddie James. I know you'll love it. All costumed, fully costumed, and a great professional show. Come and enjoy it. Saturday, the 3rd of September, with the wonderful legend of Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck. See you at the show.
Whoa. And I'm sure you will. Look, we love Izzy Dye here at the Potato Shed, in case you didn't work that one out. He's such a genuine gentleman, and look, he's in his 70s, and
How did he go with lockdown? Because he's got such incredible energy, and I would imagine
he does.
That
He
he's
didn't
alive on the stage.
cope well. He went to the gym at 6:30 every morning and things. We managed to get one show out of him last year, but of course he was in Melbourne, so he was unable to attend, but he did beam in via video. But yes, the ultimate professional. He tours England, and as I said, he's in Queensland at the moment, and he's just been so gracious to us, and we love young Izzy. Really do, yes. There ain't no show without Izzy. Now let's stop this video business for a while. It's a bit like still being in lockdown and being on a Zoom or a Teams meeting or something or other, watching all these videos. And we do have some live entertainers here, and I'm happy to say that Dave Cosma and Charles Jenkinson. Charles isn't with us tonight. They are doing a world tour of Australia, and I believe that Dave's going to tell us all about it. Over to you, Dave.
Thank you. Hey, we're all good. We're all going good. We're having a good night. Nice. Some amazing shows coming up, and one that bit the dust, unfortunately, towards the end of last year was our show due to lockdown. As I say, coming with Charles Jenkins, who's not here tonight, a wonderful singer-songwriter, and I'll be here with Nick Carafa. Well, was supposed to be, but as I say, it was rescheduled to at least happening in September. We're going to be here. And we hope you can make it. It's just a couple of sets of our original songs that tell a whole pile of singer-songwriter stories. We'll be doing this one. And this one became a little bit of a theme song during lockdown, going back to the first lockdown and having a whole pile of shows, cancelled my own gigs. So we jumped onto the live stream bandwagon. It wasn't really an original thing. All artists were having to do that because they couldn't go anywhere. So I thought we'd make it a little bit different by jumping in the back seat of my 1963 EJ Holden and live streaming from the back seat. And it really took off, and we ended up doing one a month over that period, 21 overall, what we called the EJ isolation sessions. And this song became a little bit of a theme. It got requested a lot, and it talks about getting us back to where we were, I guess, before things went crazy, with the hope that things are back to some sort of normal going forward. A song called Take Me. I'm an old broken car on an endless curve. I'm slowly going around the bend. I just gave up the keys to a 6-month lease for an empty space in my head. Take me back to where I came from. Give me courage to carry on.
just couldn't seem to keep up with you. So I stood there and watched, and it doesn't make a hell of a difference now, watching the settling dust take me back to where I came from. Give me courage to carry on. Some courage to carry on. An old broken car on an endless curve, we're slowly going around the bend. Take me back to where I came from. Give me, won't you give me some courage to carry on? Oh, some courage to carry on. Oh, some courage to carry on.
Beautiful.
You know, if that show isn't sold out by the end of the evening,
I tell you,
so fortunate.
you can't beat live entertainment, can you? Really? Look, it's just reinforces the fact that we've missed over the past 18 months or so. So, thank you very much, Dave.
Thanks again.
and Nick. Once again, thank you. Beautiful. And
just a bit of luck. It's a couple of giveaways if I can.
oh, go for your life, yes. Oi, look at that, beautiful. Lucky people. You're on a winner. Oh. Oh, really?
One of those old-fashioned. Well, they're coming back into fashion. So I
They
hope you
are,
haven't
like
thrown
mini discs
out
and
your
cassette
compact
tapes. And
disc.
thank you
Thanks.
so much. Brilliant. Now, of course, we have another hit from the Adelaide Fringe Festival. Now, I'm not sure. I'm thinking Barbara Roy. But this is, look, a very interesting work. It's called a sort of cyberpunk look into the world of shadows and where anything goes, the gritty underbelly of society, a high-octane circus cabaret theatre, as you'll see in this clip they've provided us with. Looks very interesting. We hope. Maybe I didn't push play on this. Oh, look out.
Oh, you'll just have to...
Oh, here we go. Oh. That's a nice still from the show. Let's go back and see if it works again. play.
Soaring and suffering.
Looks like they could call themselves anything they like, really, couldn't they? Because it's certainly entertaining and look, a daredevil and take your life in your hands, I would say. And look, certainly will keep you happy and alive and in a good spirit, seeing all those people jump around and jump through hoops and hang up things and whoop-de-doo.
We wish we could
And
do.
then, if you'd like to settle down and relax a little bit,
Step back.
we have Mr. John Watson, who's a Sydney pianist and entertainer from the cabaret circuit up there, who's moved down to the Lethbridge, believe it or not. And he will be presenting Legends of Vegas. So he's a very well-known entertainer in the Sydney scene, and this show will be a blend of Vegas hits.
Vegas hits and also a couple of TV show themes then. So
Yes,
it's
a
gonna
bit
be
of
a bit of a
music trivia and a bit of fun.
so
and
prizes to give away.
Certainly are. So yes, he'll be bringing a swag of girls with feathers as well, and be playing some great show tunes. So if you're into show tunes, John Watson will be the man for you, for
If you
sure.
can't get to Vegas, you can get to the shed.
Of course. Why else? Come if you can't go to Vegas, come to Drysdale. That's what I've always said. Anyway. Oh, here's somebody that needs no introduction. In fact, if you remember back 781 days ago, she was running around in a red sparkly dress with a wig on and a microphone. And of course, it's darling Jeannie Little. And everybody knows Jeannie Little. It's
Darling,
that's
are you paying attention? Darling, will you listen to me?
Oh, darling, it's the Jeannie Little Show. And I tell you what, you are in for a treat. The lovely Caroline Ferguson, one of Melbourne's well-known entertainers and actresses, is just a terrific artist and will put together her tribute to the great Jeannie Little, who was an icon of Australian television from the Mike Walsh Show, singing some great songs, telling you wonderful stories and putting together just a lovely little, well, an insight into the life of the great Jeannie Little. You're going to enjoy that. That'll be happening on Sunday, the 16th of October at 2 p.m. So remember, an afternoon show, Sunday, the 16th of October at 2 p.m. here at the Potato Shed with the Jeannie Little Show, darling, and of course starring Caroline Ferguson. See you at the show.
Ah, gee, what a good salesman he is, isn't he? Look at that. And that'll be part of the Seniors Festival, which of course also didn't happen in 2021. So we're looking forward to the Seniors Festival because it's always a great month of activities in October, and we have quite a number of events and activities. In fact, we've got a brand new play coming up, which Desiree's going to tell us all about.
Month next in October, but Damien Callanan, who many of you would know from his sterling career as a comedian right throughout the Melbourne
And the Merger a couple of years ago.
The Merger a couple of years ago, and he was also in the play, the football, I can't recall the title, but
That is The
he
Merger.
played was the Merger the other one?
Wine Buffs he was in, and he was in the
Wine
film.
Buffs was it?
Yes. Yep.
But he's coming back with his one-man show, Mayor for a Day, unelected. He's going to strap on the robes and going to put himself in the position of being the unelected mayor of our town for the night. So it's going to be tricky, but it's also going to be fun.
Exactly. We'll expect to see all the councillors there that night, just to make sure that
Give him
she's
some
doing everything above board.
pointers.
Perhaps we can borrow some mayoral robes or something.
Just-
Nope. What?
Maybe.
Thanks, Councillor Sullivan. Now, some other seniors' activities and events. We have the wonderful Geelong Harmony Chorus. They've been around for decades and decades and won numerous awards for their singing, and it'll be great to have them back. This will be about the 7th time that they've done their Sing Into Spring, and as I mentioned, it's part of the Seniors Festival, a lovely, pleasant Sunday afternoon. They always do a lovely spread, etc., and they always have some very special guests and activities for everybody. So, whoa, here we go. Spookfest. This is the event that we had to live stream in 2020, and it's our new signature event that will happen in 2022, and we're going to have some...
We're going to break it up into 2 sessions, aren't we? There's going to be something on the Saturday night so adults can come along and see what might be on offer on Sunday for the kids.
A scary film and some disco dancing and a band and some activities for the adults on the Saturday night. And then on Sunday we'll be having the Haunted House, which is a wonderful immersive event. That's the word of the times, immersive. It's quite scary in itself, really, isn't it, immersive? So interactive events that, look, we've got some things set up and we actually constructed them. Trent and his gang of merry folk constructed these activities and events for Spookfest in 2020, but of course we couldn't do it. We've got some wonderful coffins and people popping out left, right and centre and things. We've also
got a couple of special things organised for Saturday night for the adults in terms of
cocktail
action.
And we have an artistic director in 2022 being Mr. Padraig Fisher, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight because of unforeseen circumstances, but that'll be happening on the 29th and the 30th
Just in
of
time
October.
for Halloween.
For Halloween Spookfest. Aha! Another show that we carried across from last year was Practically Perfect. The Julie Andrews story. Everybody likes a bit of fun.
Full of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Diddle-diddle, diddle-I. Diddle-diddle, because I was afraid to speak when I was just a lad. Me father gave me nose a tweak and told me I was bad. But then one day I heard a word that saved me aching nose. The biggest word I ever heard, and this is how it goes. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, perfect in every way.
Practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you all will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect. We will be practically perfect in every way.
That was pretty perfect. I'm sure that the lady that plays Julie Andrews will be doing some more singing, and the gentleman won't be overpowering like he was in that clip. But no, I'm sure it's the Julie Andrews story, and not whoever the other guy was. But never mind. Well, I guess we'll find out, and you can do that also
12th of
in October.
November.
Oh, November.
Yes,
November the
yes,
12th.
yes,
Sorry,
the 12th of November.
tell a lie. Bellarine North Film Festival. Finally, we're having 2 Bellarine North Film Festivals in 2022. Now, they've been here since 2013, and 17, and they'll be running a full program of events which will be announced once they get through this 2021 film festival coming up in February. So keep an eye out on their website and our website for the full details, but they always have fantastic films and short films, and also some rather obscure
We like obscure.
out there films as well. So, and it plays here and also in selected outlets around Port Arlington. So, for sure. And Plan B, local group, they've decided that they're going to have a Cavern Club trivia cabaret here, and that'll be happening on the 26th of November. They're gaining momentum around the Bellarine, and certainly have performed at many different places, and they're looking like they're going to have a great trivia night with prizes there. So trivia is your
version of
thing.
Spicks and Specks, I guess.
I believe it is. It should be a great night. And then another signature event, of course, is the 12 by 12 plays presented by Theatre 322. Of course, this has been going since the 12th of the 12th, 2012. And of course, the 12th this time, of course, even though it does say Sunday up there, it's actually not. It's a Monday, and that's the older slide. But yes, it is a Monday, the 12th of December. There is only one show this year at 7 p.m. And so they're 12-minute plays written by 12 different writers, or 12 writers, and the audience gets to vote as to which they believe is the best play. And it's always a brilliant night. So come along to
It
that.
always sells out too, doesn't it?
It always does sell out, and it'll be even more sold out this year because there's only just doing the one. That's on a Monday, not on a Sunday. Just ignore that slide there. It'll be right in the book, which is being printed as we speak. Okay,
We're not going to
kids
forget
plays.
the kids.
Sorry?
We don't forget the kids.
Can't forget the kids. We'll rip through this in a hurry. Little Red Riding Hood. This will be the third attempt to stage Little Red Riding Hood. It was supposed to be in January this year, but a couple of the crew members tested positive, of course, to COVID. So we thought, in the interests of everybody, that we should delay it. So it is now happening in the April school holidays. We have the classic story of Sleeping Beauty in the July school holidays. Then we have an original play written by Alicia Jane, music, and it is The Submarine Adventure. And that is loosely based on, and with special permission from, the Beatles, and involves a couple of young people going on an adventure in a yellow submarine, believe it or not. And where do you think they end up? In an octopus's garden. Who would have thought? So that's great. And look, it's wonderful. 3222 are encouraging. Each year they try and do one original children's production that one of the committee members write. So yeah, that's great. Bring your kids, grandkids, any kids, neighbours' kids along. Always affordable. Now let's look at one of the most important events on our yearly calendar. We have 10 shows of the morning showtime. We've split them up this year. And I'd like to welcome to the stage, please, Mr. Colin Mockett. Just take a minute, Colin. There we go. Should be right. Bravo. We're nearly done.
Thank you, Rob. And isn't it suitable to have somebody by the name of Desiree at the potato shed?
Yeah!
I
didn't
was
even think about
wondering
it.
how long from
Idaho wasn't available for the night.
Or King Edward. Look, believe it or not, we began putting on morning show times at the Potato Shed in 2001. So this is our 21st year of putting on morning show times. And it was Rob who invited us to do it initially. And I like to think that over the time we've figured out just what you want for morning show times, and we know that it's got to be suitable music from the era of our audience, and it has to have history involved as well, and local history most certainly. So I can tell you that all of the shows, the 5 shows that we're putting on are original. All of them are Geelong produced. All of them have Geelong performers. And all of them have got a Geelong input, if you like. They all cost $17 too, which makes it, I'm quite sure, the best value of any musical show, because all of our shows are musical and most of them are historic. We're kicking off with Your Cheatin' Heart. This was a fellow who, well, the lead singer of All Shook Up, a fellow by the name of Alan James, twisted my arm and said, you've got to do a show on Hank Williams. And I really didn't know too much about Hank Williams, but once I researched him and we got this show, believe me, it's stunning. And this is another one for you, Rob. It's a world premiere. We haven't put it on at all before. And it's coming up in March, on March the 8th. Hank Williams died at the age of 32. He got married 5 times to 2 women. He had 30 hits, most of which have come out and become classics, and classics in all kinds of genres. Hank Williams is in both the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Country Music Hall of Fame, and we tell his story, and it is astonishing. And Alan James sings the songs. It's great. And it's the first time anywhere you'll see it here. The second show we've got is the history of rock and roll. We put this on in 2019. It sold out the Potato Shed and we had people dancing in the aisles. We can't do that now. But we did get a lot of people saying, put it on again, put it on again. Every time we tried, COVID came in and we couldn't put it on. So now we're delighted to bring it back. It's the history of rock and roll going right the way back to when rock and roll was called race music, even before Sun Studios. And it's got the All Geelong Band, All Shook Up. If I can tell you very quickly, All Shook Up used to be called the Hip Cats. And they've been in Geelong for something like 40 years. But they've had a generational change. Some of the sons of the original players in Hip Cats now are the bass guitarist, the drummer and the lead singer. And so they thought, we can't keep using the same name. So now they call themselves All Shook Up. They're playing the same music, and they're certainly playing the same music, which is Elvis, and in this particular one, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, and the early performers, even earlier than Bill Haley and the Comets. But that's the history of rock and roll. All of our shows not only are musical and locally written, they all utilise the big screen here with live music in front of it. Which brings us to June, which is our next one, which is With the Beatles. Now, we did a wonderful all-sing-along Beatles show last year that sold the place out and was incredibly popular. This one concentrates on the people that came out of the UK and out of America in the wake of the Beatles. Because the Beatles really were revolutionary and they brought a whole bunch of Jerry and the Pacemakers and the Monkees. All these other groups came up afterwards, the Beatles. So we've got a base of Beatles in this song, but the other groups that are with it are all part of it. I tell the stories behind where they came from, what the storylines are, where the groups were, how they came out and how they came about, how the hits came about, and Adam Parsons sings the music. Then we've got a really, well, look, this is one for the front table here. It's called Strength and Grace. It's the women who shaped Geelong. History is traditionally told from the eyes of men. History books are written all about men. The women were there, they weren't written in. We're taking this opportunity of writing them in. You'll recognise some of the faces there. A few people would know today that Patricia Heath, people think, Patricia Heath, yes, the Heath wing of the hospital, she was a nurse. She actually created the city of Greater Geelong. She was the one who put the report together for the city of Greater Geelong. But we tell you all these stories anyway. We tell you the stories of we tell you the stories of the lady squatters, and from there onwards, the strong women who created Geelong, and it's a musical. So you get to see and hear Elizabeth Austin, and she plays her favourite pieces of music. just to let you know that music was always there along with women. That's a very Geelong-centric show. That's called Strength and Grace, August the 2nd, and we've got some top performers in it. One of them sitting there with Shirley Power, but there's Jocelyn Mackay and Raina Hudgell too, top Geelong female performers. And I narrate it with the big screen and show the pictures. And we finish up with a show called I Guess It Doesn't Matter Anymore. And you know where that comes from. That came from the plane crash that killed Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper. We tell you that story, and we tell you about the songs that were around at that time, and we've got the whole group back again, the rock and roll group, all shook up. So the music of the early 50s of Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper and Richie Valens, and we tell you the story of the day the music died. I guess it doesn't matter anymore, but it does matter. It matters at morning showtime for the ones from Drop of a Hat Productions in Geelong. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Colin. But wait, there is more. There's actually 10 shows in the season, and Colin and Drop of a Hat are presenting 5 of them, and I think I know somebody that's presenting a couple more.
Who
have we got? Guess, everybody. Whoa!
Matchy.
Oh, no. Oh.
Is he?
Look. Is he? Go on, Desiree. Weave your magic.
Yes.
Let's go forward. Let's go back.
We'll see what
Oh, play.
Here.
Play, Miss Play.
We'll try
And more, one more time. Here we go. Oh, and he was so gracious in doing these for us. Let's go forward and back. And if not, I'm just getting tired, as you must be, of hearing my voice. Here we go. Let's go back. Try him once more.
I'll try once more.
No, he's had enough. We've all had enough, have we, of
Just
Izzy?
completely unusual.
Sorry, Izzy, if you're watching from Queensland. We didn't mean to do that. Anyway, yep, look, talking about Izzy, we know he's an icon of Australian television. I used to sneak and sit up late on a Friday night when I was a kid and watch him on Channel O, I think it was. Black and white, Izzy Di, back then. But he's doing a life full of tributes on Tuesday, April the 5th. And as anybody would know, and if you've seen Ivan Kemp's photos of Izzy, he engages with the audience. He loves performing. It's his life, and he's just fantastic at it and always entertaining. Izzy's booked in one of Australia's leading female performers, Leslie Martin, to do the Seekers Songbook. We were lucky enough a few years ago to have Colin orchestrated a Seekers show here. And it was just fantastic, and the audience just begged for more. Unfortunately, they disbanded because a couple of them went overseas. So it's a great coup to have Leslie Martin back, and she'll be performing all Judith Durham's hits. And I mean, we love some of those Seekers songs.
The carnival is over, of course.
All those.
Who
And
doesn't
then
love that?
the last one, poor old Peter's been bumped a couple of times, he has. But Peter Sullivan, if you remember him from the Hey Ho Saturday, he was the pianist in there. He also wrote the theme tune from The Man from Snowy River. And he's known as the Piano Man. He does podcasts all around. So Peter Sullivan does Elton and Liberace. And when we say he does them in the nicest way on the piano. And he'll also be joined by Andrea Lees, who's a top performer. And we're looking forward to finally getting to see Peter Sullivan here performing at the Potato Shed. And more. Guess what? There's even more. We've got 2 more shows. Plan B, and we don't need to talk about that. That's the Cavern Club. So this is a daytime version of their trivia show without the trivia, but they had a hoot here doing the 60s and 70s hits last year, and they were fantastic. And then we also welcome back the wonderful Melissa and Mark from Winding Road Productions, and they did our Christmas show last year, and everybody loved it, and so we said, let's get you back. So this year they're going to be doing a Swingin' 60s Christmas, which will be a real hoot, and they are outstanding performers. They have won numerous awards all around the
They're
world.
highly regarded cabaret performers, aren't they? They've done
They
some
are.
amazing work.
And as
It's
Collins,
fabulous to have them here.
as Colin said, tickets are only $17, always on a Tuesday, and you
Want a
do
bit of
get
morning tea?
you get some morning tea. We used to give really nice scones and buttered things, but now we have to give you little packages of biscuits in plastic because we're not allowed to give you things that may have been touched by human hands and things. So there you go. We're nearly done. Our last slide. This will be the book. It is still at the printers. It's being cut and printed as we speak. As I said, we will have little slips of paper out the front there if you think you're not on our hard copy mailing list. It will be available on the website. In fact, in the book on page 2. Who doesn't know what a QR code is? We all do now, don't we? Well, we have a QR code. In fact, if you point your camera, point your phone at that. Although not now, because of course you've all turned your phones off. It'll take you straight to our website, and all the shows are now loaded on there. You can book a ticket for any of the shows in 2022.
So, Rob, that's also future-proofing us, isn't it? So that's COVID-proofing us, just in case there's any shifts and if there's any shows that unfortunately might need to be...
It is,
Don't
and I
want to
want
use
to...
the P word, but...
Yes.
have to postponed again.
In saying that, I must thank everybody for your patience and understanding over the past 18 months for the refunds that we had to do. I think we did something like $70,000 worth of refunds in that year, and we have some wonderful patrons who bought tickets for all the shows. And look, it's always a difficult thing to do. The best thing is we've become experts at it now. So now when we need to postpone and refund, it's easy. We know exactly what we have to do. But year of living dangerously, I don't think we're going to have to worry about it this year. I think. And look, I would like to thank you for all coming out tonight, and welcome back to the stage to sign us out,
Wave
Mr.
us off.
Martin Payton. Thank you.
Rob, you have done it again. It is a knockout program, and as I say something for everyone. I know how hard you work, Rob. I think there's been a couple of times I've looked at the emails that you've sent over this last week, and it's been 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning getting this production ready for everyone tonight. So can we please thank Rob for...
Thank you.
That's great. And and Lisa, wherever you are, Lisa, hope you're feeling all right. We're very lucky to have this very special venue here on the Ballerine. I'd like to thank you, Kate, for being here in person this evening. And I've seen that exhibition and I can't wait to see it again here on the Ballerine. To Dave and Nick, Colin, thank you for what you bring to the region, the stories of Geelong's past and other perspectives on that. Really looking forward to seeing that. Izzy isn't coming. That is it really
No,
with
Izzy
It's
done.
over.
Yeah,
Right,
he
all
won't
right.
be coming back again tonight.
And I also, in my role, get to know the extraordinary team that is sitting behind and around the stage, who bring this extraordinary production, quality of production, the marketing, all of the care to the venue and audiences. And I would like to take a moment to acknowledge this small but very feisty team here at the Potato Shed, including Rob and Lisa, of course, Trent, Humphrey, Joseph Stanaway, all of the casuals, casual staff, Kerry, Susanna, Helen, James, Amelia, Caleb, Ashley, Dylan, Chantel, and our business admin trainee, Sam Woodhouse. Let's clap for them. And we'd also like to thank the volunteers, particularly thank the volunteers, Elaine, Joe, Chris, Bob, Ian, Belle, Ivan, Colin, Doreen, Helen, Michelle, along with the RMIT intern, Oren Holmes, as well. Desiree, who does all our media and publicity, an extraordinary job, 24 hours, no, it's not less, what?
That's 4
3
hours
hours before the day. Anyway, thank you, you did a great job tonight as well. Penny Goff Harper, and a big shout out to Lisa McGlenkie from Corporate Marketing. I think it's time we all go and celebrate with a drink out the front. And yes,
one more little thing though, Martin.
Oh yes, that's right. Late entry. We are going to have a short video to finish tonight. That's been created by Ivan Kemp, who's our photographer. You'll see some beautiful photographs in the foyer, and Ivan has made a short video, I believe, of some of our summer season concert that only was launched just a few weeks ago. So over to the film and see you at the front. Thank you.
Oi! Can we go back?
Yeah, go back.
Woohoo! Look,
Sorry,
it won't be
people.
too long. Sorry about this.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, look, we'll just, how do we... Can we fast forward, Trent? Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. We went a little bit too far.
We were a bit too excited.
So, yes, look, just to recap.
Refresh.
Yes, anything
refresh.
you missed? Anything that you'd like to revisit again? Look, it is well worth it. This is from the live and local from out the back.
Out the back.
What, Izzy? You thought he was going to speak? No.
He was champing.
Here it is.
Yay.
All we have to do is make it bigger, which Desiree will... Oh, no, we don't have to make it bigger. All we have to do is push play, don't we? How do we do that?
Let's try that.
No, I'm scared now. Oh, Ivan, it says it's playing.
It does, doesn't it?
Why is it not? Perhaps the little computers.
Or maybe it's tired. It's had a big night.
It has had a big night. Let's go back. Oh, Ivan. I'm sorry, Ivan. Here we go. Worked on my home computer. It's about 2:30 a.m. this morning. All right. We might see if we can put it on our website. Trent, any ideas? Space button. No.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh! It is working, because look, that's the second. Oh, sorry. Look, it is working. Oh.
Worth the wait.
Just needed Trent.
If you are looking for a shoulder to cry on, looking for a feeling to fly on, looking for a bed to lie on, or the strength of a lion, you can call on me. If you need a rock to crawl under, or you're looking for a little bit of thunder, if you want a pat on the back or someone to whack, you can call on me. If you want to feel alive, dancing till the sun goes down, feel on top of the world until the sun comes up. If you need to have a light turned on, or you want to hear a happy song, if you want to dance, maybe take a chance, take it on me. sun comes up. If you want somebody to love, if you want somebody to shove, if you want to dance or maybe take a chance, you can take it on me. If you are looking for a shoulder to cry on, looking for a feeling to fly on, looking for a bed.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you out in the foyer. Grab some food from Cafe Zoo. Beautiful Cafe Zoo. Oh, look out. Yes. There we go. 2022. One more to go. Oh, hey! Woo! Look, I caught the thing. Look out! I forgot all about that. Wacko. Thanks, Mike.
Martin.